everybody? Eric MM Twins 20 here on what should be Season 2, Episode 1. But this is going to be Season 1, Episode 7. As you can see on the screen, it says preseason. Vikings taking on the Rams. You're probably wondering, well, wasn't there supposed to be an episode where you were doing the off-season between Seasons 1 and 2? 2022-23 season? Yeah, guess what? There was. Let me tell you what happened. So I shot Season 1 finale. See, this is Tuesday, the 13th of September, 2022. I shot that episode about a week ago. I don't remember. It was a few days ago. I think it was Friday the 9th. I shot this. This was before I went to pick up my son from pre-K, and I pick up my daughter, Lily, from the Boys and Girls Club. And I had just shot 3 episodes prior to that one, which are all up on YouTube right now. Episodes 4, 5, and 6. Boom, bam, boom. I did all 3 of those. And then I did episode 7 as those were being uploaded to YouTube. And I was going to edit this Sunday night or Monday night yesterday before I went to work from Monday night. Sometime this past weekend, I come home and I'm going to go watch the playback of the episode. It was split up into 2 episodes. Or it was split up into 2 files. I was going to watch the playback before I put it on my flash drive and uploaded it to my external drive to edit and make an episode. My son got a hold of my PlayStation controller and started screwing with everything. He has a tendency. He's 4 years old. He's autistic, so he's grabbing stuff, throwing things around. He watches one thing, and then 5 seconds later, he changes it. I get it. There was one time about a month ago, he deleted all my games off the PlayStation. They're all in one folder, and he hit a button. He wasn't paying attention, obviously. Deleted everything. So there was a time period I was going a week, and it seemed like multiple times for multiple days, I was re-uploading games I had on my PlayStation because he deleted the whole folder. So then I started breaking the games down into separate files, into separate categories, so he couldn't do that. And then I would just, when I'd be at work and my dad would be watching him, I would just lock him out of my room and he wouldn't be able to play the PlayStation unless I'm around. It worked great. Well, this past Saturday, something happened where I left him alone. I think it was Sunday. Yeah, it was Sunday. During the Vikings game, the Vikings kicked ass, by the way. I took Sierra was visiting for the weekend. I took her home to her mom. I left my son and Lily with my dad. I come back, and I noticed the game file was gone. Yeah. He had deleted not the game file, the saved video file that I recorded. It's 2 files I had recorded for episode 7. He deleted. They were gone. I tried recovering them. I tried even to see if I could reload the franchise in a save file before where we're sitting at now. No such luck because it's an autosave. So, yeah. So everything I did in the off season is lost because of my son. You know, I can't be too mad at him because it was my own damn fault. I shouldn't have left him unoccupied with the PlayStation controller. So I'm going to have to do, this episode is basically be a review of what we did. The free agent signings, the re-signings of our own team, the cuts, player retirements, the draft picks. We had a great draft, by the way. I think majority of my draft picks were hidden development players. I think the last 2 were not, but we still hit a home run. I'll show you guys what we did. So I'm pretty pissed off about the fact that once again, my save file or my video files got lost because this time it was my own fault for not thinking right. I should have, as soon as I did the files, I should have put them on the damn external drive and uploaded. So that's what I'm going to do. It's Monday. It's like 10 in the morning here. I got to be at work in 4 hours. So I'm going to record this real quick, and I'm going to basically upload it to my my hard drive right away, so it's protected, because I can't trust my kid to screw something up on my PlayStation. I wish there was a way you could lock something on the PlayStation that says, are you sure you want to delete, and then type in a password. They need to do a better job protecting that, because I've looked into password protecting things on my PlayStation, and you basically can't do that. So it sucks, but whatever. So we had a good draft. I think let's start with the staff. I did hire new staff. We hired offensive coordinator Jeff Powell. He runs the same scheme as Kevin O'Connell. Basically, everybody I've hired runs the same schemes that Kevin O'Connell wants to do. They have some talent trees. We're going to build on them. Defensive coordinator, I signed Christian Beckham. And then whatever points I got after these guys were hired, I put towards the player personnel. I think O'Connell is pretty maxed. I don't think he's quite maxed out, but he's close. No, he's not maxed out yet. He's got a ways to go, but he's looking good. So from now here on out, I think any points we get, we're gonna upgrade everybody here. But I want to do player personnel and O'Connell maxed out first, and then we'll worry about the offensive and defensive coordinators. So that was step one. After the Vikings got beat by the Packers in the playoffs, that was my first order of business. Second order of business was the player re-signings. I don't think I'm going to be able to show what we did because we're in a new league year now. So technically, I think we're screwed. I can't show you, but I'm going to see. Oh, you can see Jason Voorhees. He's one of the draft picks I had. His original name was Andrew, and I just saw Voorhees. I'm like, oh, I have to do it. So yes, this guy, formerly known as Andrew Voorhees, now Jason. I couldn't resist. I'm sorry, guys. I had to do it. Okay, so maybe I can show you guys what we did. Sorry if I sound sniffly and sucking up air. I got sick this past Thursday and Friday. My son got held home from school Thursday and a COVID scare, which turned out negative. He's just got a head cold. And whatever he had, I have it now. But thankfully, I don't have a fever or anything, just the body aches and chills and congestion. So it's just a run-of-the-mill cold. Now I'm coming down on that. So I apologize if I suck wind a lot here. So we signed our guys out the practice squad, as you can see. Then the staff. We got more practice squad. Let's get up to here. Adrian Peterson, he retired. He was the only one we lost via retirement, so that's not a big loss. I'm not worried about that. So then we started re-signing, and we started looking at salaries and thinking about the future. As much as I wanted to keep some of the players we had, I got to look out for the future, and this team was just, especially on defense, getting older, and I'm like, these are still good players, but it can save us a lot of money in the long run, trading them, getting their replacements, and just moving on and creating cap space. We were tight on the cap heading into the offseason. So I re-signed Nick Mullins to a 3-year, $12 million contract. I think he's going to be a fine backup, but you'll see he's not the only quarterback signing we did. And it's not the only quarterback move we did. Spoiler, big thing happens. So I ended up trading Eric Kendricks to the Bengals, and I got a first-round draft pick for him, number 32. Bengals ended up winning the Super Bowl, I believe. We traded Adam Thielen to the Colts. I like Thielen, but we need to get we need to save some money and we need to get younger. This move allowed us to do the move that's up after this trade. The Colts traded us a first-round pick. So we had another first-round pick. So then I traded Harrison Smith to the Eagles, along with a 2023 second-round draft pick to the Eagles, and I got Devontae Smith. So Devontae Smith, they were actually, when I put Harrison Smith in the trade finder, they gave this trade, I think this was a trade straight up, I think, but I was like, Harrison Smith is worth more than just one player. So I tried. So I wanted a first-round pick for Harry the Hitman, even though he's aging and he's regressing. And I threw in the second, and the Eagles took it. So Harrison Smith's gone. Devontae Smith, the wide receiver, is in. He replaces Thielen as the number 2 to JJ. I'm fine with that. So our offense at receiver is better. Now, this might be a little unrealistic, but this was the only team that could take on Kirk's contract minus Chicago, and I was not going to trade him to Chicago because they have a young quarterback there. I know they have a young quarterback in Mac Jones, but I think a guy like Belichick would take a shot on Kirk and continue to grow Mac Jones behind him. So they took Kirk, and I got a second and a third for him. So I think that was the last of the trades. Then we went into free agency. We had all that cap space cleared up. I signed Ronnie Harrison to a 4-year deal. He was interested in coming here. He replaces Harry the Hitman. That makes us get younger there. And we have a guy there that can play alongside Lewis Cine, who will be at free safety. I signed free agent fullback Alec Ingold to a 2-year deal. He was available. He upgrades there for CJ Ham, which I believe we have a deal with Ham later on. I'll show you there. Yannick Ngakoue returns to the Vikings. 3-year deal, $45 million contract, and improves that spot there that was held down by Armon Watts. And then I picked up Teddy Bridgewater. He was one of several decent backup quarterbacks available. So I signed Teddy to be not the starter, but the backup. But he probably will get reps with the ones because we got the preseason. We're going to see what we do with all the quarterbacks. We have Nick Mullins, we have Teddy, and I still think we have Kellen Mond. And we have somebody else, which you'll see here in a little bit. Commanders traded left guard Shaq Charles and halfback Jared Patterson to us for CJ Ham. We traded Ham there since we got Ingold. This was more like a salary dump, but at the same time we get some depth here because there was players we lost. We lost Adrian to retirement. I think we lost a guard to free agency that was not interested in coming here. No biggie. Rieger update edit was just a number thing, so Teddy could get his number 5 back. Rieger's I think number 7 or something, I don't remember. Then we did a trade in the draft. We traded 26th pick to the Niners for 29 and a second. That was at the end of the draft. That was the end of the first round. We had already done pretty good, so I think by that time I just traded back to get depth for next year because I had lost a first rounder for 2024. So this was to gain a 2024 first rounder back. Yes, because you can see right there, that's 2024 first round. So that's what that was. I gained a 2024 second rounder, and I gained a 7th. And then here, the Rams traded us. We did the trade with the Rams. Trade back or something there. We gained a 2024 third. Yes, we traded our 4th rounder this year to get a 3rd next year. So we got some draft cap there. And then as you can see, the top one there, we drafted a guy by the name of Andrew Voorhees, and I changed his name to Jason Voorhees because I thought that was funny. So no draft edits, no practice squads. So now I need to show you guys who we got in the draft. And this will be a little easier because I just can go here to our rosters, and then I can show you guys what we did. So we had a great free agent series after we cleared space, and then we also had a good draft. So let's go. You just saw one of my draft picks. So I want to go age savings. I wish I could view this by who I draft picks. Okay, so here's our draft picks heading into the next draft season. So we have the top 2 picks we got from San Francisco for the trade down. We had in late first this past year. We traded back and we got a first and a second for 2024. So we got a first, 2 seconds, a 3, 4, 6, and a 7. And 2 sevens, excuse me. So we're sitting pretty there. And then, of course, we have 1 of each in 2025, which we're not going to worry about. So, okay, so let's go to the roster. So we'll start with quarterbacks. So we had a top 5 pick. I think we were 4th. We had 4. I don't remember who we got the pick from, but we had it after the end of the season. As you saw, I think I showed that to you after the Packers lost. So we had the top 5 pick. So I stood pat at 4. The Lions did take Bryce Young, not surprised. And then 2 and 3 took left outside linebacker, and I don't remember who the other guy was. I think it was DT or it was a D lineman. So C.J. Stroud was sitting there. So he is the quarterback of the future. So I took him, despite the fact I already signed Teddy Bridgewater to a deal. So we have 4 quarterbacks. We have C.J. Stroud, who we drafted, number 4 overall. We have Teddy, who we drafted years ago, and then he had the injury to his leg. We traded him off or let him go. He went to several stops. Now he's back again. We have Nick Mullins, who we traded last season to get from the Raiders. And we have Kellen Mond, who we drafted in 2021 and has not done anything. So we have 4 quarterbacks that we're going to have right now. I could pretty much tell you Mond is probably going to be expendable. However, if, let's say, at the end of training camp and preseason, Mond has a good showing, and say Mullins is doing good too, and maybe a team's looking for a quarterback that needs a decent backup or a good, solid quarterback, I can see us moving on with Nick Mullins, sending him to a team that needs a quarterback or a backup, and then just flying with CJ, Teddy, and Mond as a third. Although Mond, if he's got talent and somebody's interested in developing him as a starter, we could send him off too, because I know in real life he's in Cleveland now. I think Stefanski took him and is going to try and develop him into something. So we have options, but we'll go from there. CJ Stroud currently wearing number 13. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't even know what he wears in real life in college. So we'll go ahead and give him a lower number. Let's see, what does he got? Oh, I guess he can't wear a lower number. We'll just keep him at 13 then. So CJ Stroud was my number 1 pick. At halfback, we drafted Tank Bigsby. He was another player that had hidden, I believe. Yep, he had hidden dev. He is not going to be a day 1 starter. We're still gonna fly with Chandler. So Chandler Nwangu, I basically drafted him for depth. So this might be another situation where I could trade him to a team that needs a running back and go get somebody that I can sit behind Chandler and Nwangu, just because Chandler has proven himself and he's my guy. He's a future starter, yeah. So I could probably get a first-round pick for this dude, but we'll see. This guy I got in a trade that was to clear cap space from C.J. Ham and basically just get depth. There's Ingold. And now receiver, we have Justin Jefferson. We have Devontae Smith, Rieger, KJ, Amir Smith-Marset, Naylor, Tristan Jackson, and that's all our receivers. So pretty much the same as it was last year, minus Thielen's gone, Smith's in. Tight end, Conklin's back, even though Smith's going to be the number one. We'll fix that. This guy is a guy we drafted, Whitlock. He was available in the later rounds. I think he was the first of 2 normal dev draft picks we had. He's there for depth. 67 overall for a rookie. That's not really bad. So I think that even though it was a normal dev, it was still a decent pick. So I think we can work with him. We have Johnny Mund and we have Nick Moose. So we have, right now we have 1, 2, 3. We have 5 tight ends. So obviously we're going to probably roll with 3. So 2 of those guys are probably going to get cut or traded or put on the practice squad. At tackle, same as last year, Darrisaw, veteran, Lowell. Left guard, we have 5. We have Cleveland. We have Voorhees, the future rookie. He's a rookie. We have Shadiq Charles. He was the acquisition we got with the Commanders. We have Wyatt Davis. We have Kyle Hinton. Most likely we're going to lose a few of those guys. Linderbaum, who we got last year. Chris Reed, he's back. We have Ingram. We have Oli Udo, who was a re-signing for depth. And at right tackle, same as last year. Left end, Harrison Phillips, same. Jalen Twyman, same. Right end, we got Ngakwe back. We signed. We got this as a draft choice. I believe he was. Yep, he's a hidden dev. So we have a future starter there. 275. Yeah, that's pretty good. So he can learn behind Yannick for a year or 2. We still have Armand Watts for depth, or we can move him on to the team needing some help. And then we have TJ Smith Jr. And then defensive tackle, Tomlinson, James Lynch. I'm actually probably going to move one of these guys. I'm probably going to move him to nose tackle because he's 300 pounds and we need some depth there. So I think I'm going to do that. I might move somebody else. Because after those guys, we have no backups and we need some backups, even though it's a 3-4. Defense, and I kind of want to change his number. Let's give him a 90s number. Oh, there is no 90s number. 89. That's more of a receiver. All right, I'll give him 79. Okay. And let me check. Left end, do we have extra guy there? Twyman, 285. Harrison Phillips. Yeah, we're gonna be fine. Left outside linebacker hasn't changed. Middle linebacker with Kendrick's gone. We have Jordan Hicks. Noel Sewell, he was a rookie available in the first round. He got him as a hidden development. He's probably going to be the heir apparent to Kendricks. We have Asamoah from last year. We have Dye, Lynch. Everybody else is pretty much the same. Right outside linebacker, pretty much the same. Corners, Dantzler, number 1, Booth, Sullivan, Perry Nickerson, Hairston, Evans, and then it's pretty light. So we have 6 guys there. We might try to get some more. Seen day 1 starter as free safety. Harrison, as we saw, takes over for Harry the Hitman. Koo is back, and we have Martin, and Tanner Shaw was my last draft pick of the draft. 67 overall, not bad. So we'll probably slap him on the practice squad and develop him because eventually Martin's going to retire. So we'll see if we can bring this guy up and make him a talent. And yeah, that's it. So we're all ready to go here. I'm looking forward to seeing this team in action. And hopefully we can get further along and not have a choke job at the end, lose the division and losing the second round to our rival Packers. Let's take a look at other teams before I hang this episode up, because I'm not going to do any showcasing of any games. I'm just going to go ahead and do that off camera. Let's take a look at everybody's quarterback situation from team to team. So as you can see, we have C.J. Stroud, we have Teddy Bridgewater, Nick Mullins, Edmond. So for this first game against the Rams, I'm going to go, each guy is going to get 1 quarter. So I think to start the game for the starters, it would be best. I brought Teddy in. I'm going to have him compete, but I'm thinking it's probably going to end up being C.J. Stroud, which I'm fine with. But I think for this game, I just want to, it's a home game. Teddy's back. We're going to make it into a storyline. Give Teddy his moment. The fans can give him an ovation, welcome home. I'll give him a starter with the starters, and then Stroud will get the second quarter, Mullins will get the third, Mond will get the last, and then in the following games, I'll figure it out from there. Let's go to Chicago. They have Fields, Kyle Allen, and Jake Fromm. Bengals, we know they have Burrow. They have Mason Rudolph now. Josh Allen, obviously. Broncos, they have Russell still. That's Stidham. And they have E.J. Perry. Okay. They have Watson in Cleveland. And then they got a whole lot of inexperience behind him. Tampa Bay has, holy crap. They have Daniel Jones, Drew Lock, Gordon, Jake Browning, Nate Stan, 2 former Vikings right there, and Davis Webb. Interesting. So they have 6 quarterbacks. I can guarantee they won't have that many at the end of the preseason. Kyle Murray in Arizona, Herbert, Los Angeles, Patrick Mahomes, obviously. Jaron Hall was a rookie they drafted, but I don't think he was drafted. I think because they were in the playoffs, so him getting drafted by them means that Anthony Richardson and Van Dyke were drafted before this guy. And I'm not sure where he got drafted. Here it is, 2nd round pick. So they got him in the 2nd round. So yeah, everybody before them got quarterbacks. So they kind of got, yeah, you can tell 69. They're going to have trouble getting a quarterback. They're probably going to need to trade for one. Carson's still in Washington. Sam Howell's behind him. Dallas, Dak. Tua's in Miami. Bortles is in Miami. Philly, they got Tom Brady. So Brady goes to Philly. So rather than stick with Hurts, they're going with Tom Brady. Okay. Mariota's still leader in Atlanta with Ritter behind him. Lance in San Fran. Will Levis, or whatever his name is. Giants picked him up. I think he was, what round was he? He's a hidden development too. I think he might have been the 1st round. I think. Oh. Yep, 1st round, 21st pick. So they got their guy in 21st pick. Trevor Lawrence in Jacksonville. Wilson's still the man in the Jets. Bryce Young and Jimmy G in Detroit. And then Goff way at the bottom. They got a lot of money built at quarterback there, but you can bet Bryce Young is the man. I don't know. Jared Goff, Oofta. That's a lot of money. They got Anthony Richardson. So the Packers got rid of Jordan Love, and they got the heir apparent to Aaron Rodgers. So where did Richardson go? He was one I was thinking about getting if we were further down the list, but we ended up with 4th pick, so I got Shroud. He got picked at 30. Okay. So he's taking over for Rodgers when Rodgers retires. Interesting. Corral is the guy in Carolina. Geno Smith and Kyle Trask behind him. The Patriots, of course, Mac Jones and Kirk Cousins. Look like Kirk's going to be backing him up, but they don't have to pay anything. So that's good for them. They could cut ties with him. Derek Carr, Anthony Middleton, another rookie. The Rams, Matt Stafford. Jackson in Baltimore. Winston, Book, Simeon. Oh my God, they got more quarterbacks than, jeez, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Holy crap. Seahawks, they get Van Dyke. Where was he? I think he was below us. I think when we got, they were like 5th or 6th. So I think he went 5th or 6th. Oh, not 28th pick. Okay. So that guy dropped, but they still got their quarterback of the future, so that's pretty good. So 71 overall. They got Jordan Love and Jacob Eason. So Jordan Love got dumped by the Packers, and he went west. Baker Mayfield is now on the Steelers. Trubisky and Pickett. Interesting. Tennessee still have David Mills. They got Minshew, P.J. Walker, and the Titans, Ryan Tannehill, Malik Willis, of course. So there you go. David Blau, who's actually with the Vikings right now in real life. So there's your starters for quarterbacks around the league. So it's going to be very interesting to see how everybody does. But like I said, for game 1 of the preseason, I'm going to start Teddy. It is a home game. And then we got 2 on the road with Tennessee and Houston. And then we start the season on the road against San Diego. So I'm going to do the preseason games off camera, make my decisions on who I'm going to keep on the 53-man roster, make my practice squad cuts. And then the next episode, you guys will see the final results of preseason, and then we'll do the first game in Los Angeles against the Chargers. If you like this episode, hit that like button. Leave a comment if you like. Subscribe to your channel. If you want to help out with future projects, upgrades such as hardware and software upgrades, please visit my Patreon at patreon.com/MNTwins28. You do not have to help. Any help is always greatly appreciated. Until next time, peace out and Skol Vikings.